Testing, 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 testing. Let's see if this works. I'm gonna put on some amazing music. I don't know if it is, but let's see. And let's see if... Oh shit, it's working. Ah, nice. All right, testing. I think it's working. All right, well, I am creating the comic guy from The Simpsons in the McFarlane Digital app, desktop app. And for those that don't know, this is my second attempt to stream. Last week, I had a handful of friends in the community support me and come over. I had some technical difficulties. I've never done streaming before. I think I got some of the kinks working, figured out, fixed, I should say. And so right now I'm doing the McFarlane Digital desktop app. And what I like to do is use basically metal shelves to create these perspective art. So this might be like watching grass grow, and in the future I might stream like the last 20 minutes or 20% of the build versus the first 20 minutes, because I feel like that might be more interesting to see like it already have taken some shape. Today is mostly for a test. If you happen to be around, join. If there's some of you, I might just go ahead and post this and keep this video. If not, I'll be talking to myself. If I'm just going to type in, if you join, please let me know if you can hear me and my volume is good. And just if you want to hang out with me on this chill Saturday, let me know. We'll see, man. Sweet, I think I figured some of this out. Concurrent viewers view. Chat rate 2. I guess that's just me. I guess I'm considered a viewer. If you have any questions of what the heck is going on, if you don't know what this is, let me know. I am trying to extend what's possible in these metaverse showrooms. I've been pretty busy the last year and a half, so I haven't had too much time to do it. But I'm trying to make a little more time. We'll see how it goes. I started in the McFarlane showroom, and I just kind of created my own style. Not saying I'm the only one that does this, but I pretty much just use this metal shelf. I tried other shelves in the beginning, but I gravitated towards this. I've created over 60 showrooms. And on my YouTube channel, you can see some demos of some of them. But in the future, I really want haptic technology. And last year, I read an article where this grad student from Northwestern University created this even more granular feelings for more intricate and tiny and unique touch feelings. So I think haptic is making some nice leaps and bounds. It's not commercial yet or anything like that, but that was pretty exciting to see, because I want, not just for my art, but also for like these 3D NFTs. So with the McFarlane Digital app, you connect one or more wallets and you can like place your UFC 3D items. These aren't just JPEGs, these are actually 3D items you can place in here. Spawn DC characters like Batman and Penguin, Spawn again, UFC characters. There's other characters too, like IP from like Warner Brothers and The Walking Dead and so forth, and a few others. And yeah, so you can plop those in here, which I'll do at the end. Probably not during the stream though. Warning. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, what's the warning? What's the warning? The stream's current bitrate is lower than the recommended bitrate. We recommend that you use a stream bitrate of 60. How do I do that?
Keep cool this summer when you shop ceiling
Well, it's
fans
working.
at Menards. Upgrade your space with a
We'll
quick
see what
install
that
ceiling
does. Maybe
fan
I
from
have a lot of tabs
TJY.
open. Maybe
They're
that's what the
loaded
issue
with
is.
extra features that will make your ceiling fan install a breeze. Plus, they reduce
Um,
energy costs, helping you
what
save
else?
time
So
and money.
you have
Take
3 main
advantage of a great
controllers
selection of ceiling
besides,
fans. Plus, check out our recent
selecting
buy on Menards.
one or more
Buy
of
for
your 3D
all the
NFT
great deals
models
happening now.
to create and place in your showroom. You have a bunch of these
Back to school? Keep your cool
accessories.
with sales at Whole Foods
One of the
Market.
more recent
Big
ones was
savings
this
on Andy's
UFC ring,
Perfect Bar,
and you
organic cheddar
can
and Once Upon a Farm. We're talking cheddar crackers, oat bars,
move them
Pringles,
around
Honey
in
Badger,
X, Y, and
and
Z
more.
coordinates. You can
Keep
rotate
getting
them
fresh
and
with
you can
organic
scale them,
grapes.
but the
And
scale
as
you can
far
only
as
scale
deli
so
meats,
much.
no synthetic nitrates or nitrites ever. Head to Whole Foods Market for the good stuff at great prices.
Well, again, I know this might be like watching grass grow. 2 views. I guess someone came and went. And so with the lighting on the ceiling, I try to get the tone that I want. I don't like to make all the planks, the digital shelves, match exactly, but I'll clean it up later. I do like to be able to see the different shelves instead of it being one solid shape. I do like that look. And so with the cap of how many shelves I can put in, you can see right now I have 36 of these shelves. I forgot. It's been a while. I think I'm capped around 200 to 300. It's not a perfect science, but it's a way for me to zone out. I could do this art easily. I don't have to set anything up like paint. Although I do want to do more traditional art as well. But this is just easy setup. I can just start this up and do this at the end of the day. So I do this for fun. It is fun for me. Like I said, I do zone out. Sometimes I sit. It's like 2, 3 a.m. and I have to force myself to go to bed, even though I'm not necessarily tired. I would be the next day. But another goal is, I know I'm not popular or anything like that, but you never know. Something could happen and it blows up. I'm just trying to do my little part to help the space grow. Again, I'm not thinking I'm gonna be the answer or anything like that. I just, I'm already doing it. I've been thinking about streaming. On my channel, I have demo videos for like that run about 45 seconds to 2 minutes. That way, someone that wants to see my work could browse a few of those and see what it looks like. There's some shadow art. We can see like even on this wall, you can see the shadow on the wall. You can see it right here. Right when I move the plank, the shadow starts. So I've done sketches made from the shadows, and I've done this perspective art where you can actually move. Right now I'm in creator mode, but you can actually visit this, or you can watch my demo videos, and you'll see that a lot of these planks are just floating in the air. And again, I really would like VR headset to be integrated with these platforms, so people could in VR um, move around the space and be more engaging with the art and the NFTs. Um, and then a bonus would be like haptic technology. It'd be pretty cool. As a creator artist, I would like to maybe program, not like, hopefully not code, maybe it's just like a drop down, like say, hey, I want this plank, whatever this item is, to have a rough surface or a bumpy surface. And then people that have really good haptic technology, like gloves, would be able to stroke some of this artwork in the digital space, and that might unlock some creative possibilities with the art. You know, there's this NFT project called Almon X, and they have license agreements with some masterpieces like the Mona Lisa, the Starry Night by Van Gogh, and you know, taking the Starry Night for example, how awesome would it be for the average person with haptic technology if that 3D scan of the Starry Night was able to translate that feel and texture? Because who gets to do that? Maybe like 2 people that restore and maintain those paintings in the museum. This is where I feel like the digital collecting space could really outshine in unique ways physicals. Not saying it's going to be better, but I just think right now there's nothing much that says to the masses, you know, digital's cool, digital could be better in certain ways. I'm still waiting. I think a lot of us are that are in the space. I think I need to make his neck a little longer. But if you're here just chilling with me, if you don't mind just putting in the comment if my volume's good. I'm new to streaming. I've only did one last week and I had some technical difficulties. Today's mostly just for a test, but I'm glad you're here. If you just do me a favor and just let me know if the sound is good. And if you are sort of interested in my stuff, you know, browse my channel and look at some of the videos, demos. Again, they're only like a minute long. There's another platform called the Viviverse, and that's more robust. I need to spend more time on that, but I've slowly been working on something there. And I could use color and you can use animation to some degree. And if the music sucks, I can try to change the channel. I think I figured out the volume, but let me know if that's good. Like I said, please. If there's something on the screen you want me to go over, like some of these controls or like my collectibles, let me know. I feel like I need to make his neck even longer. I feel like it needs to stick out to like right here. Let's go ahead and do that. So some of the tricky parts with this is the ceiling light affects the tone of this, and sometimes where it's placed you get those ugly shadows, so I have to get it close to the tones of the surrounding items. Without trying to make ugly shadows. And anyways, let's see. Is that? I might have to adjust it later again, but let's start there. I feel like this might have to go down more. Let's do Control Z. Let's get you out of the way. Yeah. 8 views, no chats. I wonder if people are just like leaving right away. Oh well. There wasn't like an art category when choosing this live stream. There was just like entertainment. I chose entertainment. I don't know if there's a better strategy category to not fool people. I don't want people to just come and leave. Maybe I should change the title to test more than test. All right, so we will, let's see. That eye is a little bigger, but shoot, I'll clean that up. Let's see, should I do the hairline next? So this is going to get some shadows. Let's see, scale. Let's see if we can bring it closer to reduce the... Let's fill in a little more of the skin behind that. Oh shit, Hanano, hey, thanks. Hey, how's my audio? Could you hear the background music and can you hear my voice better? I think I figured it out, but I'm not sure if it's working. Can't say I woke up to change my son's diaper. No, that's totally fine, but do me a favor, can you hear my voice? Like, is it a good volume? Thanks for having me on your show yesterday. That was fun, by the way. If I end up posting this test video, the Royal Hanano is part of the True Media group, and I'll put in the description a link to their page. They do a lot of coverage of the space, and it's really good information. Darn it, I wish you could see 9 views, concurrent views. Maybe he didn't catch me say that. I'm just gonna say, is my volume good today? Background music plus my voice. Let's see. All right. So it goes above his eyes. It's like more like here. His eye's gonna be bigger, and that hairline ends a little above, something around there, roughly.
And he wants a partner like Granger who does the same.
But yeah, it seems like it's gonna be raining all day here in Chicago. I got a lot of things to do on my to-do list, but kind of like I just wanted to do this.
Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Granger.com, or just stop by.
Do something fun.
For the ones who get it done.
I'm Serena Williams, and I'm healthier on Row. I've lost 34 pounds in a year with GLP-1s.
Oh, what could I show you? So,
on Row, you can access GLP-1 options, including the first FDA-approved GLP-1 for weight loss. Go to row.co/.
I'm doing the comic guy for this guy in the community that helps and works for McFarlane. And what I'm thinking about doing is, of course, I'm doing. He owns a comic book store, and so I'm doing the comic book guy from The Simpsons to honor him, and then I'm doing this pose where he looks shocked or apprehensive and scared. I'm not going to do Stan Lee, but what I might do is the latest drop of McFarlane is the Turd Baby. So I might have him looking startled because there's a bunch of turd babies, spawn turd babies around, and then that'll be one of the NFTs that I include. But since we're here, the site's sometimes a little slow, but you can see the different IP. I might add like the Violator from Spawn, the Spawn line. I know he's a big Spawn fan, amongst other things. Again, these are 3D items that I'll place at the end, but I just wanted to... shoot, don't want to do that. Dang Windows. Let's see. There we go. Oh, the air. Can't forget the air. You can see that the tone changes by curving these, rotating these away from the light source from the ceiling. But again, today's mostly just a test. If there's enough people that show up and comment and it's active, maybe I'll post this. But I just wanted to get some kinks out and figure things out how to do the live streaming, because last week was my first time and I had some technical difficulties. But I think I figured out volume, if someone could confirm that. And like I said, I know this is like watching grass grow. I said earlier that I think what might be better for this type of content is streaming like the last 20% of the build versus the first 20%. That might be more entertaining for people. So I'm just figuring things out. Maybe. So his hairline ends like in the middle of his eyeball. So let me go ahead and do that. This is his middle of the eyeball. Let me kind of do that. Let's see. If you want me to change the music genre, let me know. But this is a 3D space. At the end, or sometime later, we can take a browse. scale that puppy. If there's any for my next build, well, if you guys are familiar with, well, okay, so the McFarlane showroom, I use these metal shelves, so the detail I can do is pretty limited. But if you look through my channel, I can kind of push it a little bit, but there's only so much I can do. There is, if you look at the one with the thumbnail that has like a purple stripe in it, it says like a demo of like the VVverse. I forgot the title, but that platform is more robust. You can do colors and more different shapes. I haven't used it much, but you can see that I started Honey, I Shrunk the Kid, Dad in more detail, and those are all using simple shapes. And hopefully that you can kind of see where I'm kind of going with this whole perspective art, metaverse art. Again, it's not just perspective art. I'm trying to do like builds too. In my current banner for the YouTube, you'll see that I think oh wait, my banner on the YouTube actually shows that the Home Alone one. And then right below my logo in the banner, there's Boo from Dragon Ball Z. That's not perspective art. That's actually like a 3D model built with shapes. Whereas this one, and on my banner, the other two items, those are all like floating objects that if you walk around it, they just like break up, and they're not really one solid object. They're just like floating pieces. And that's where, again, I want to incorporate VR in this stuff, because I think it'll be cooler to walk around, be more immersive and all that good stuff. Yeah. Hey, I hope my volume is okay. So this showroom, number 2, Baz. Hey, dude. Hey, do me a favor. Is my volume okay? The background music and my voice, is it coming through? This is my second time attempting live streaming. Last week I had a lot of technical difficulties. But hey, glad to see you, man. But yeah, let me know my volume if it's good. I don't think I saw you last week. This is in honor of the comic guy. And so I did one recently of Video Shane with Weird Al. And I did Veal like a year or two ago. The giant orangutan. Oh, sweet. Thanks for confirming. It was time to finish the trifecta. All these 3 people I'm listing work for the McFarlane Digital team, for those that don't know. Yeah, today was just more of a test, Baz, to kind of work out some of the kinks. I wasn't actually expecting anyone, but it's cool that you guys are here. So my idea is to do the comic guy in like a comic book store in the showroom, and then have like the spawned turd babies be like making what's having him like look apprehensive and scared. And of course I'll put some other items. I don't know, what do you think? I think he likes the Violator, but I'm not quite sure. Maybe I'll put like a bunch of like scary spawn things, like the Violator and like the spawn turd babies, things that would maybe make people scared. I don't know. If you have any suggestions, let me know. And then as far as another character, I might have enough allotment to build another character. Lately I think I can usually pull off like 2 characters. So I don't know who else I would do. Maybe Bart Simpson. I'm not sure. Do you know? I don't know. It doesn't have to be Simpsons either. The second character could be something else. I don't know. Do you have any idea what would make sense for the comic guy? Our comic guy, the one that works for McFarlane.
Don't you wish everything was more rewarding? With Rakuten, almost everything is. You can earn cash back on those new shoes you've been wanting. You can save on the next trip you book. You can cash in on groceries. Just join Shop
Yeah, it's
and save. And
I don't know if you just joined Baz, but
check, build points, or cash out with gift cards.
I'm here in Chicago and it's a nice gloomy, lazy day. I do have stuff to do, but this is one of my things I wanted to test out, so I was like, do something fun first. Tired of doing all the boring stuff.
Save on Annie's favorites at Whole Foods Market.
Just gonna do the ear now.
All Annie's products with Prime through August 18th.
Okay, I gotta figure that out. Okay, I gotta do a better job with the ear. Is it cheating to do a cube for the ear? I don't know. I feel conflicted sometimes. I feel like I should stick with like just one type of shape for the main character, and then it kind of throws it off maybe because flat, then you have this 3D thing. Because the shelves are really thin. I'm gonna hold off on using that. You click on the item, and if you forgot which type of item you are using, if you scroll through the accessories, it'll highlight in green. We're on a holiday in North. Dang, nice! And I walking around with my dog, and I saw a message from you. Oh shit, nice, dude! Wow, how do you like it so far? I haven't traveled internationally in a long time. I missed that. It's been a while since I started a family. Just been working mostly. I haven't traveled much in general. I'm hoping the next couple years I could get through some stuff and then start that again. My big vacation last year was just like a local camping trip. It was cool. The weather was decent. Did some mild hiking. Yeah, Norway. Have you been there before? Is that your first time? Yeah, most of my travels were in my like late 20s, early 30s. There's a few years where I went almost every year somewhere, but that only lasted for a little bit. I know people travel a lot more than me, but when you go traveling, do you like to collect certain things? Do you like to pick up something? For me, I like to pick up some sort of like a statue, like a small statue or something. I don't have anything here in this room. Do I? No. I've never been to Europe or anything. That's on my bucket list. But now with those darn heat waves that they're having, I might have to like plan around not those months. But I definitely want to check out some of those countries. I've only been to China, Japan, Brazil, Machu Picchu. Where else? Mexico, Avi. I think that might be it internationally. There's a lot of places I still want to go. Dang, your dog is on vacation too, man. Your dog's having a living its best life more than I am right now. Yeah, just teasing, man. That's awesome, dude. I hope you're having fun. Oh, the MIDI, yeah. You gotta drive that far down. Well, that's good to hear that. So wait, where are you? So you're in Norway? You're just visiting your brother? From the news in the States, what I was seeing on YouTube and stuff is that a lot of Europe is, they're like prideful almost, at least in like England, where they want to tough it out because of like climate change, and they want to do their part, but a lot of them are like, screw this, it's too hot. And only a fraction of homes have air conditioning. I don't know if that's true. You're saying there's maybe some exaggeration in that, or I don't know if it's true where you are. I don't know. Yeah, we had a heat wave a few weeks ago, and then it started to finally dip down in the like in the 80s and getting in the low 80s and into the 70s, and then like the next day, the dang Canadian fires or smoke made it all worse again. So my place gets pretty hot, so I've been trying to figure out ways to. It's kind of new for me, this place I live in now, so I'm trying to figure out how to mitigate the heat myself. Anyways, what color should I do the headband? Let's make it dark. That could work. Yeah, I do notice that the eyes are different shapes, but or different sizes. I'll adjust things after. Ah. (30°C). I'm just gonna, at the top of my head, that's around 90, but let me just Google that really quick. 32 Fahrenheit. 86. Okay, not bad. How do you like the outdoors? How do you often, I guess, what do you typically do in the cold weather, or I guess raining? Like, what do you do? And then in the nice weather, I guess what are most people doing now in the nice weather? Are they doing things that they don't typically do? I'm sorry if you have to go. I don't mean to be talking too much. See if you have to go.
store clerk's attention and point to your favorite lottery scratcher. You prepare your lucky quarter and work that popcorn shell out of your tooth. Quarter beat scratcher and scratch away with the Illinois Lottery. Be smart, play smart. Must be 18 years or older to play.
B6.
Chicago talks a lot. We debate about food, video calls from the L train, group chats that never shut up, neighbors texting you the score before your TV catches up. So if you think you know AT&T, it might be time to rethink that because their network has improved big time. So our city can keep speaking its mind with AT&T Wireless and AT&T Fiber.
Chicago won't stop talking. Our improved network backs it up. AT&T, connecting changes.
I guess the rain came over here, man. It's gonna be raining all day. A nice lazy day for myself. I'm not sure how long I'll do this. I was just trying to work out some kinks that I messed up on last week, which was my first attempt live streaming. I didn't do any like prep much, besides this like frame that I created really quick. I should have tested it out. I had some issues and yeah, it went okay once after that, but yeah. Might do a little grocery shopping, might go to Home Depot. Yes, oh, one of the reasons to move to the southern France was made. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I want to visit all those places. Yeah, during the heat wave, I have my kid half the time. Oh, thank you. And he's having some foot issues, so I felt like this summer has been pretty tough on me because usually I take him outside and we do some things, but he's been a little less mobile. And then the heat wave and then the freaking smoke from Canada, I felt like cabin fever for like a few weeks, man. He's with the mom's side of the family right now. And I've always wanted to test out live streaming, so he's not with me. I have a few extra days by myself, so I figured I have the time to test this out. But yeah, man, I hate being inside for too long, like too many days in a row myself. I'm not like this big outdoors person. I don't want to come off that way, but I definitely like the outdoors. I'm on the computer a lot, so I do like to take breaks from it. And then yeah, during the heat wave and then like smoke from Canada that lasted like a week or so, it was a bit tough for me. Maybe I'll try to do one of these. So are there like certain are you guys big into like board games or like certain card games? Should I do? Maybe it should be like a glass case and then put other collectibles in there. It doesn't have to be this wood table. Or this could be his shirt. Nice flat big thing. Huh. Could this work? And how much can I scale those? Oh, okay. Oh shit, let me save this. I don't want to publish yet. Oh no, yeah, Chicago. Yeah, Yeah, we're pretty a little further north. Not too far north, but yeah. Spain. I've heard good things about Spain. Art France. I heard mixed reviews of France. I heard it's like growing up. I just heard like France is like beautiful and like it's romantic and all that. That's like the cliche. But I don't know if this is true or not. But then I'm hearing stories of like maybe it's a little dirtier than I assumed it would be. Maybe it has more crime, but I don't know. Maybe it's not that bad. Maybe those are exaggerations too. I still want to go and check it out for myself. Maybe when the kid's older, I could take him. Should I do this for the shirt? I don't know. Maybe. I don't want it to be bright though. It's coming off too bright for me. I guess it could be a white shirt. Maybe that's not the worst thing in the world. That's a maybe. Okay. Let's see. Huh. Are you in any other NFT projects? Or mostly McFarlane? I guess I should be more. I feel like this needs, maybe I'll do this now. Maybe I feel like I need to match the size of the left eye. And then true, yeah. I know Chicago gets a bad rap, and definitely there's bad places in Chicago, but it's not as dangerous as the news, some of the news makes it out to be. That's a good point. Alright, that's good for now. Guess I could. Maybe I'll just do his left shoulder. Let's see. See if I can get that. Not possible. I don't know if the tone's gonna match. I'm going to have to do another type of item for this. Okay, this might not work. Using this shape here. Shoulder goes almost by the lips here. That shoulder matches that. Oh shit, sorry about that. Yeah, just I don't remember. Are you in any other projects besides McFarlane? Or do you usually stick with McFarlane? Are you big into like the physical part of McFarlane too, or more of the comics? Like, what got you into McFarlane? Remember growing up, I collected comic books and baseball cards. And I didn't really read the comics too much. I was mostly just looking at the pictures. And Todd McFarlane was one of my favorite artists. I didn't really like idolize him per se, but he was one of my favorites for sure. Then in my teens, I kind of just stopped for a long time collecting, and then the digital aspect brought me back into collecting. Alright, so if you don't like the music, let me know. I can try to find another station. I didn't really put too much thought. I just started this stream.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy
Oh, okay.
just watches courtroom dramas.
How does the defendant plead?
Guilty.
Yeah, I started out at VV. I just randomly found out about VV. That what brought me in. I was
Hey, can I get a whack at the gavel?
and then when McFarlane started,
Lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm.
I was hesitant at first, but I ended up joining, and I was glad I did because I like the McFarlane community.
State fair food is getting smaller and pricier.
We'll have room for fried cookies.
Okay, you never overspend on food. What's your deal?
What's his deal? He went
And
on that truck and got 450.
I personally am. Like when I first started, the first couple of years, I went in heavy with all these projects. I'm in Candy too, a lot of them, and but my collections are pretty big now, so I have a little bit of buyer's fatigue. So I still go for some drops, but not all of them myself personally. Gotta live within my means. But I did go for Spawn Baby. I did pick up one of those. What do you think about Candy and the new leadership and the changes that they're making? Do you think are you hopeful that this new this new team is gonna be able to pull it off, or have you been paying attention? I just watched a replay of I think it's Taz, right? On YouTube, and yeah. Oh, that's true, huh? The pricing is really expensive for you. I agree, man. The tech has been slacking. I feel like I mean, me personally, but I know this is niche. Niche, I'm happy still with the showroom. I still feel like it needs some updates. Like, Vivi just came out with these bubbles. Shit, let me put this to the side. Yeah, come on. Did you see this? They have these, where is it at? These things, these PAL, boom, stuff. Like, I felt like that could be something that could be an accessory through McFarlane. But, like, McFarlane's more darker, so I think they can, like, put, like, thin, transparent blood splatter, semi-transparent, so then, or, like, speech bubbles and stuff. Like, I feel like that would be cool for the showroom, and then open up some more rooms and stuff. The space room is pretty cool, but I feel like there needs to be some more stuff. I don't know. Yeah, but I feel like when Vivi dropped this recently with the speech bubbles, I was like, man, I wish McFarlane had that in their showroom. Anyways, or like again, like blood splatter. I could see like something dark. I don't know. Yeah. Well, did you hear that Candy now is on Solana, and you can have them in your own wallet. So now you can do self-custody. Did you hear about that? So that's like relief for many that wanted that. Yeah, I haven't been paying too close attention, but it seems like the marketplace is picking up a little bit, at least like on the baseball side. I haven't collected sports in a while. I know it's huge. I know that, like, the physical cards are blowing up recently, and yeah, I'm not an expert. It's interesting to me, someone that's not actively like investing in physical baseball cards or even digital right now, or in a long time. Like, why now is it blowing up? Because at least like in America, the economy is not doing great. So it's just interesting why that's taking off. Crypto's tanking. Stocks are pretty good, I guess. Not bad. So I don't know. I guess I don't know, like, is collecting physicals at least a better harbor of your wealth than the declining fiat, I guess. Is collectibles now that, like, getting close to like art where it can appreciate with inflation? I don't know. Like, I don't know if you have any thoughts on that. I don't know. It's surprising that such a volatile space like collecting trading cards is blowing up right now. But I haven't really, I don't know. Hey Baz, didn't you won the last art contest through McFarlane, right? That was yours. That was your showroom. That was pretty, I think, right? If it was, I think it was yours. Didn't you like pan out in a video of like outside the space station? Like, how in the heck did you do that? I didn't know if you could. I didn't think you could get outside the showroom. I think you won. baseball bat. But yeah, dude, that was a good showroom. I kind of felt like you've been putting out some good showrooms, at least in the contests that I've seen. I was expecting you to win at some point. I was like, yeah, dude, that was good, man. That was a solid piece. How'd you get the view from the outside? I feel like people like know some tricks that I don't. And the video editing was pretty clean too. That was nice. Was that the first time you won? I feel like you've gotten really close a few times. Was that the first time you won? I don't remember. I feel like there's a few times you could have been right there playing. Send you. Oh yeah, sure. Appreciate it. Thank you. His sleeve kind of goes by his. I think this is too low. Let me go up. I think it's more like that. Huh? Was that the black and white one? So wait, did you win the last two ones? I think there was it the Joker was yours the Joker announcing? Oh yeah. Thanks for hanging out, man. I have to check that out. For anyone that happens to see this, you have to download the desktop app and then there's a stream of people posting their showrooms, and you can view it in 3D on your desktop app. Baz here does some pretty good work as well, man. You should check him out. But I know a lot of people don't want to download another desktop app, so that's kind of like why I made my YouTube channel, just like put some like demos up for some random people to view it. Yeah, dude. Baz, yeah, thanks for stopping by, man, and talking with me. Sounds good. Yeah, do that. Good talking to you. Maybe I'll take a quick break and I'll show. I might post this. Should I show the VVverse? Wait, no, it's a. Wait, isn't it desktop? Shit. I'm so rusty at this. Yeah, it is it now. Alright. I'll show really quick what I've slowly been. I've been at this for like a year. Like, I'll work on it for like a day and then I'll take a break for like 3 or 4 months. It's been so busy. So this is the VVverse. If people share their showroom with you, they'll like that's other people's showrooms that they shared with me. My first one was this one. I guess I'll just divert from the McFarlane build and I'll just show you guys really quick. So there's a lot more. You got your layers panel. You got a bunch of properties you can do. The nice thing with the VVverse is you have your 3D collectibles, but you can also use comic book covers. And what I wanted to explore with this showroom and others in the future is like put a famous comic book cover, or it doesn't actually have to be famous, but an interesting comic book cover. And then what I would do is build off that. And all these circles are just objects that are still being loaded. Let me just show that really quick. So these are all simple shapes that I placed. So it's supposed to be of course, the dad from Rick Moranis from Honey, I Shrunk the Kid. And so then I took this NFT, which is the comic book, the officially licensed Marvel comic book, and then I wanted to like expand it, and then I wanted to be kind of wonky, and then wait, I feel like it's been a while, man. Let me hold on. Is it fly or first person? Is it first person? Is it interactive?
Built for all the noisy, crazy, happy chaos you can throw at it. Nissan Rogue, #1 in new vehicle quality among compact SUVs.
I built the controller out of simple shapes. These are quote JPEGs, but they are actual NFTs that you can place in the showroom, just like the 3D models. Like this one is the Thor frog. I have this one from, I think it's Ron English, if I'm not mistaken. I have the Grouch from Sesame Street over here. Anyways, I just wanted to kind of take Ant-Man and have fun with scale. So that's why I added like the tick. Man, I feel like, what's the right, is it fly? Like it's perspective art, but how do I go up? Man, it's been so long. I'm so out of it. Dang it. Anyways, James and the Giant Peach, and I'm not done with it. And this is his house anyways, so I'll get out of here. So that's one showroom. You can read the comic on a different app, but again, I'm just again, if this is in VR, I think it'd be cooler. You have the tick, kind of lining up there. Let me exit out of here. And let me go to, am I exiting? Sorry guys, I've been so busy the last year, I kind of forgot how to do some of these things. But as you can see, I can do color, you can do more than in the McFarlane. I still enjoy the McFarlane showroom, and I think they will update it. It doesn't have to be this robust, in my opinion. For me, I have fun in both. I have a lot more experience because the McFarlane app has been out longer. It's bugging out, not responding. I think I have too much stuff open. Close the program. Alright, let's try that again. I want to show you really quick about the other two that I'm working on, very slowly, and then I'll hop back in McFarlane. I'll do a stream with the VVverse some other time. But yeah, you can see this is kind of like if you are in the McFarlane app, there's a section where you can look at people's latest published builds. As long as they publish it, you can view them, and you can check them out that way. With the VVverse currently, someone has to specifically invite you to share their showroom. So there's a few people that shared their showrooms with me. Let's see, let me do, so this actually isn't much, I won't even pop it open, but I like this cover, and what I want to do is make Hulk into a Ninja Turtle. Haven't done much on that one. This one, let me show you guys this one. There's someone, when I used to be on X, before I got kicked out unfairly, F and Elon and his platform. Damn it, dude. They I don't know why, but they said I was gaming the system. I appealed it. I wasn't gaming the system. I don't know how to game the system, and they just never let me back in. And anyways, so there was this one guy in one of my friends on X that he really likes Dragon Ball Z, and he's been nice to me. He's done some favors for me, so I was like, let me do a showroom for you. And then the Vverse came out, and then this is a scene that I think he really likes. I think he really likes Majin Vegeta or something, if I'm saying that correct. So there's a scene where Vegeta's son is powered up and wants to fight Boo, but Vegeta sacrifices himself, punches his kid in the stomach, and has someone like carry him off, fly him off to safety, because Vegeta is going to self-explode. And so I wanted to, you can see this is perspective art, but I wanted you to like come into this showroom. Let me see, how do I go back? Reset position. I wanted you to be in the position, the viewpoint of Vegeta. So you're going to sacrifice yourself. And like, as a dad myself, I mean that's crazy, right? Like, do you sacrifice yourself to not only save your son, but the world, and knowing that you wouldn't see him again. I guess Vegeta wasn't the best dad up to that point, but yeah. And then I don't know if I'll keep these NFTs in here, but I was thinking maybe with Boo, I wanted to kind of keep like a pink purple. I think this is from Ron Jeremy, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Thanos, officially licensed Thanos NFT. And see, this one, I did Boo and not perspective art. I did this in perspective art, right? But this, I was like, you know what? I want to actually build with simple shapes. I hope, I need to finish a little bit more, like the M is not complete. As you can see, this is actually like Boo. This, I don't know what you'd call it. This took so many damn plate shape, not plate shapes, but like thin disc shapes to get this weird shape. Maybe there's a better way to do it, but for now, that's how I had to do it. I think it came out pretty good. There's like, it's not perfect, because like if you go to the side here, it looks kind of weird, right? The tongue. But for the most part, it kind of, I think it's pretty good. So that's my Boo. These are all, yeah, so I'm not done with this. I'm thinking about doing, so like this is my idea, and I'll exit out of here. I'll continue on McFarlane, but I'm thinking this scene for me is really powerful, where you're saying goodbye to your son, right? And you're going to sacrifice yourself. I mean, as a parent, you would think that you would do the same, right? But I can't imagine that being easy. And so this was a very powerful, almost first-person point of view, right? And again, if we can incorporate VR and haptic touch, is there something I could do where, like, in the haptic touch, like it could like make your hand tremble, because maybe you're built with anxiety, right? So you could take, this is where I feel like digital art can like take it to another level, where it's physical art isn't as easily, you can't easily do that. Yeah, you could do that, but like with digital, you can spread it out to the masses much easier than having it like in a museum or a studio, right? Because yeah, clever physical artists could do that too, but like with tech, we could spread that out easier. So anyways, then maybe like when you look backwards, it would be like Vegeta powering up in that force bubble, and then like Boo like getting hurt. So that's kind of where I'm thinking I would finish this showroom. I'm not going to keep this like blue thin row. This is just to kind of help me line things up, by the way. So is this like this robotic thing that comes with the Viviverse. Anyways, let me go ahead and get out of here. But that's my progress here. Again, I like both platforms. I want to explore at some point another platform or two. I'm not sponsored by anyone, unfortunately. I've made nothing from this yet, unfortunately. But honestly, I do it for fun, with the odd chance that maybe I can somehow monetize this in some point. But really, this actually is fun for me, and yeah, it's a way just to decompress, and my mind just kind of goes blank, and I can just zone out for hours. And it'll just be a bonus if I could somehow make a little bit from it at some point. And if I don't, then whatever. That's cool. But yeah, those are... And I got a lot of ideas, by the way. Let me go next out of here. So that was the Viviverse. Going back to the McFarlane. Let's go and continue with the comic guy. Again, I can't change. There's not like... I didn't even show you all the bells and whistles in the Viviverse. There's like a lot of settings you can do. Change colors and all that. And I have the basic. There's two tiers in the Viviverse. There's one where it's like a power user. Maybe that's the wrong way to say it, but you have full... you have the full suite of settings and options. I don't have that yet. It's kind of intimidating. Like, damn, dude. There's people that are still figuring things out that have been that have had access for a couple years. It's really robust. And that's not to take away from the McFarlane showroom. But I do feel like the McFarlane showroom does need some upgrades and improvements. They did add a new showroom recently in this, like a space station, which is really cool. So they're still building. The Viviverse isn't perfect, I mean, but it's a pretty sweet V1 with all the options and stuff. So yeah, we'll see, man. If anyone is, oh, everyone's gone. Is this still streaming? Stop streaming. I'm glad a few of you stopped by for a little bit. Shit, I hope... I'm getting a warning. Maybe I'll stop streaming and shortly. I don't know if it's good to keep this too long. I don't know. I'm new to this, like I said. I don't know what's best or not. Maybe I'll keep the video. I wasn't expecting anyone to join me, so glad they did. How do I... So I get it here. It's like a puzzle. To get the tone good. Can I scale this guy? Let's see. I'll do that. Yeah, once I've been thinking about doing one for the Comic Guy. There's a guy in the community called the Comic Guy for a long time. After I build this one, I might try to do a live stream of the Dragon Ball Z in the Viviverse stream. Maybe I'll get it further along, because I know this is like watching grass grow. So I'll get it further along, and then maybe stream the last part of it. Man, this is tricky. How do I get the tone right, the size right? Maybe that's the best that I can get it. That reflection is messing me up. Well, it seems like my audio is better this time, so I'm glad that I was able to figure that out. Let's see. And this one's more at an angle, huh? Maybe do that. Kind of looks like the Comic Guy went to a tanning salon. I don't know, maybe I need to make him a little lighter. I'll do the cleanup later, more of it later. And then, I think when I do outlines, it'll look good too. Where did that go? Oh, there we go. So what I could do, I could create like an outline effect to really make some of the things pop, like his mouth. This one's gonna be tricky. Maybe the best I can do is that for now. Yeah, usually this takes me, I haven't kept exact time, but at least for the McFarlane showroom, I do get capped out with the number of, we get capped out with the number of items you can place. I don't know the exact number, and I think it has increased at some point. I can usually do like two characters in the showroom, amongst like, and of course adding NFTs, right? Like people from the UFC, Spawn, DC, and other IP. Which I'll do at the end. I think I could do, I forgot, I think it's around 200 or 300 items. His mouth kind of ends where the pupil is, towards the front of this right eye, so that seems about right. You can see the outline will make it pop even more. And then of course his iconic zigzag beard I'll do in a bit. I just want to get more of his shape. I haven't decided. I could do a glass case, but if I do a glass case, I can't cover up any mistakes I do towards the bottom here. But a glass case could be really cool, and then put some NFTs in a small scale in the case. That might be interesting. Let me try that, but if I need to hide things, I might have to not do a glass case. Like, I was thinking, like, should I put one of these to the side and lay it horizontally and act as like a display case? That would be my first goal. Let me see if I could do that later. Soon, I guess. I don't know. And then the second character. So let's see. I might do, so the comic guy from the community, he has a Simpson PFP character. I might try to replicate his PFP. I'm not sure what that, I mean, it sort of looks like him, but not really. It's not really him. I think that might make the most sense. Yeah, so this is my second live stream. I think I figured out the volume issues and streaming in OBS. As in the immediate future, I'm not going to be streaming very often, I don't think. But I'll try to do a little bit. I'll see how it goes. Shit, that didn't work out. Yeah, I was saying earlier that a lot of there's a lot of good people that build showrooms in McFarlane and the VVverse, and there's other platforms too that I'm just not as familiar with. I know True Media had MetaBeast, who's another guy in the community, go over different platforms of showrooms that people could use. And there's other ones I want to kick the tires with. I still have to get a better grasp of the VVverse. It's just been a very busy past year or two for myself. Man. That's good enough. Let's see. Zach? This one needs to, if I can't scale it anymore, that means I need to bring it more in the foreground. Sometimes the arrows don't show up until you have to move it out of the way. Okay, now the blue arrow shows. There we go. Is that better?
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling.
All right, that's good enough. For now, let's see.
Ordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand, so shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Marcus had worked maintenance for 12 years. He's seen it all. Blown compressors, midnight.
Yeah, if anyone just stumbles upon this live stream and they want to know kind of a little more about the type of art I do, just check out some of the demos. in my YouTube channel. They're like 45 seconds, a minute too long. If you like them, if you want to help me out, comment, like, please. But these demo videos I post on YouTube are not like my end art. Like what I really want that I mentioned earlier. Sorry to repeat myself for those that I don't think anyone's sticking around too long. So I'm gonna assume I'm talking to new people. Is haptic technology and VR. I think the combination of those two things will make this really engaging, and that's where I'm kind of betting on in the future, is this type of artwork in the metaverses and 3D space with popular IP. Again, like UFC, Spawn, DC, Warren Brothers, and other IP, Walking Dead. At least on the McFarlane side, VV has a lot more IP at the moment. Anyways, they're continuing to build both platforms. I think, well, I'm hoping that people will like the art, and then having it being immersive with haptic technology, you can feel things. Maybe even I can the platform would allow me to select different textures. And I know that some haptic technology is being advanced. There's this grad student in Northwestern, I think came out a year or two, this paper where she created more granular, different sensations with her haptic technology. So I don't know. I'm hoping it's not mainstream right now, I know, but I'm hoping to experience that someday, because I think that would be really cool. I think digital collecting with these 3D NFTs with big IP, it's cool for some of us. Some of us doing it for investment, speculative investment. Some of us are also doing it for the speculation and some of the announced promises of utility, fun play and stuff, whether it be gaming or I'm trying to build I'm not the only artist in the community, but I'm trying to do my part with kind of just pushing the boundaries of what's available right now. And I think with haptic and VR, I think excuse me, inner burp, I think it'll be pretty cool. Nothing that I've seen, I'm not an expert with everything that's out there available. What's out there now isn't mass appeal cool. What I mean by that is it's not going to turn heads except for a few people. There's some things that some products are building that I hope they do come true, because it's going to be cool, man. I think it's going to turn some heads, and it's not just oh, you have to buy NFTs. It's regular people are going to be man, that's cool. For instance, Digitoys, they've been talking about building AI chat that's kid friendly, because the IP wants it to be locked down, but you could talk, hopefully they deliver this, with Darth Vader, in the likeness of Darth Vader, and Yoda, and they have Disney IP, they have Star Wars IP. So imagine interacting with an AI character that's built off some of your favorite fandoms. I think that has some amazing fun utility. It doesn't matter if it's real life or digital, it's gonna be fun if they pull it off right. Almon X, they have official license with this, I forgot the name of it, but they have partnerships with some museums where they have sold 3D high definition renderings of the Mona Lisa, the Starry Night, Van Gogh. And so I'm thinking, going back to the haptic technology and having the Northwestern grad student, I forgot her name. I don't think she's there anymore, because I looked for her name and the page was down, but there's still articles that wrote about this. She advanced haptic technology to be more granular in some of the feeling sensations, you're going over corduroy, for example. So if that can be incorporated with the Starry Night NFT, now you have potentially thousands of people that can touch the Van Gogh Starry Night not in real life, but a digital representation through the NFT, the 3D NFT through Element X. If they can layer on the data that translates this high quality haptic touch sensations, and I just think that is not just unique for unique sake, but I mean, that could be really cool for a lot of people. I think I'm not saying everyone's going to want to do that, but I mean, come on, dude, like only 1 or 2 people in the world are able to have access to like the Mona Lisa or the Starry Night, or you know, some of these historic art pieces. But through digital, yeah, it's not 100% the same thing, but there's some light where I can see things being opened up for the common folk like myself to be able to experience things in unique, and I'm going to say cool ways. So I don't know, that's why I'm in the digital space. Yes, partially for investment, and I suck at it because I've lost money, but I've made some money too. But I actually am here also for the cool utility, which I think will be delivered in the next, I don't know, it's going to be 3 years, 10 years, I'm not sure, but I think it's going to happen. No, I don't think all crypto is scammy. I definitely think there's a lot of scammy things about it. Yeah, you know, I think some people that say that all NFTs and blockchain is scammy, it's overblown. It's too simplified. I think it's a lazy point of view. But anyways, I don't want to really go into that rant. But yeah, I mean, that's why I'm here. I've met some friends here. I recently went to a meetup for the first time. Met a few people. I'm kind of kicking myself because I didn't get their platform usernames, so now I don't know who they are on the platform. I've been rambling so much. Someone pulled my string, and now I kind of stopped building this. All right, let me continue. But yeah, hopefully someone that just is not in the space, don't just listen to some cliches out there. You know, some of it there's some half truths in, but yeah, I think digital collecting is I think it's going to be something pretty cool in the future. It's taken a while to build out. There's some stuff like this Metaverse platforms, like the McFarlane Digital app and the Viviverse, for example, and there's a few others. And actually, I'm gonna go on a rant. My kid really likes Minecraft, and I see these people build some really awesome structures in Minecraft. I think that's art as well. And they use like redstone. I don't know that much about Minecraft. Don't tell my kid that. Actually, he already knows. But yeah, man, I saw someone make like this Death Star from Star Wars, and they used some sort of redstone and somehow to like put the 4 beams of red light and then animate it to also shoot a laser and then blow up a bunch of TNT somewhere else. And I was like, damn, dude, that's impressive. So in a vaguely remote sense, I'm trying to do something similar but on these platforms, and then incorporate the NFTs of like the UFC, Spawn, DC, and then, but my thing is like use like these simple shapes to enhance the showroom with like other liked characters and stuff. So kind of just trying to push the boundaries a little bit, and I'm not the only one. I should make them light.
I'm Serena Williams, and I'm healthier on Row. I've lost 34 pounds in a year with GLP-1s, diet.
McFarlane, if you ever want to check it out. For me, I don't have a lot of space to collect physical stuff, and I don't want it to clutter my home personally, so I lean towards digital. I've bought a lot, so I've slowed down. I still buy a little bit, but in the beginning, I really bought almost everything that came out. But my collection's pretty big, even though it's digital and it could be as big as I want. I'm being a little more selective because I've been in the space for a while. I did go for the latest drop from McFarlane, which is the, what is it? The Spawn Turd Baby. So my idea is I'm gonna have the comic guy from The Simpsons look scared because there's a bunch of Spawn Turd Babies that I'm gonna end up putting in the showroom here, but also some other characters that are maybe more scary and menacing, like the Violator from Spawn, maybe the Monolith or something, or maybe some DC bad guys. I didn't mean to click that. But yeah, these are all officially licensed 3D items. There's only a couple right now. Mostly, I think there are 2 dragons that you can actually download and 3D print. You can't resell them, of course. You could take them into Blender. I forgot which ones they were. I think it might be the Eternal series and the Komodo series, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I'm hoping that they also allow some of the Spawn IP, because it's their own IP. I hope they are able to allow us to download those 3D files so we can play in Blender or whatnot, or other platforms. But yeah, I might put like the Violator in here or something. It doesn't look too scared yet. I have to work on that. But yeah, so let me go back to this. How long have I been streaming for? I don't know how long I should do this for. Shit, I can't tell. Oh well. What I think would be cool, they don't have this feature yet, but in the McFarlane showroom, to have multiple creators at the same time. You could do that in the Viviverse if I'm not mistaken. But like a collaborative build would be kind of interesting. But if anyone is not in this space, if you have any like general questions, if I know it, I'll try to answer it. If you have any suggestions of like a cool, funny idea, or it doesn't have to be funny, but an idea for another build or something to add to this build, let me know. Again, I think I have enough allotment of planks. I'm kind of capped at maybe 200 to 300. I forgot. This is in honor of a guy in the community that it's called Comic Guy, and he has a Simpsons PFP, which I might add somewhere else in the showroom. If not, maybe I could do something else that makes sense. I don't know. I mean, I'm yapping too much. I haven't done much. So his belly. Let's see. Can I match the tone? Kinda. Guess so. Close enough. I used to be on X a lot more until late last year. For some reason, the system flagged me as trying to game the system, so they booted me. I decided, I so happened to get busy, really busy the last year and a half too, or year, especially. Like I miss the community because it's pretty active on X. It's not the only place to be, but it's maybe the biggest one. But after they kicked me out, you know, I worked so hard to finally get over 1,000 followers. And then like a month later, they just booted me out. And I'm not a fan of Elon in general. I don't mind talking about politics personally. I think we should more. But I won't do it here. But, you know, I stuck around. They booted me out, so I was like, screw this. And then I just happened to get really busy. But if things start slowing down a little bit for me, I might create another account. I'm not sure. Right now, I'm okay with that one. I really do hope there's a competitor, like one that has like live spaces, because it's not good to have a monopoly on certain things, right? But why did I bring that up? Oh, so, kind of random, but one of the things I did besides starting creating art, and for like a couple months, I kind of was blowing up a little bit, at least relative to where I was. When I first started showing art, I would get 0 likes on Twitter, maybe 1. And then for some reason, somehow the planets aligned, and then for a few months on McFarlane, like some influencers kind of picked me up, and I started blowing up. Again, relative, not like huge or anything like that, but going from like 0 to 1 likes to like going to like 5 likes to 10 likes to 15 to 20. I think sometimes I got up to 30 likes. And again, for me, that's big. But that lasted only a few months. Then the NFTs and crypto space went through a bear market, and this platform kind of slowed down. But I was still kind of getting like 5+ likes. Ended up trying to do the YouTube thing, but that's kind of slowed down. I also haven't been that active on it, but even if I've been active, it's not a very popular channel yet. It may never be. But I'm gonna give it the old college try and see what happens. Again, I'm having fun, and I feel like, let's see, doesn't it need to be bigger than that? One of the other things that was happening during my Twitter days, is some of the stuff is self-custody. And when you do self-custody of some of these items, like crypto and or NFTs, I was like, I don't want to like lose my stuff to scammers, or like I don't know exactly how to read the blockchain and stuff. So I slowly started figuring out who are the legit security professionals, and I found a few, and I started like shadowing them to some degree, and I made some friends with them, and I started sharing some of their teachings. Again, I'm no expert, but I wanted to share the good news, because part of me is an investor, and I figured, well, the space is shrinking because we're like in a bear market. The NFT hype is gone at the moment, and if people get rugged either by their own mistakes, because again, it's self-managing, or they fall victim to a scam, then they're probably going to leave the space, right? Or there's a better chance of them leaving the space. So I figured, well, from an investment point of view, I want the people that are here to stay safe so they don't lose their stuff, but also like I don't want them to leave. Like we want to build the space up again. We don't want people to leave. So it's been frustrating that like some of these projects have been pretty slow to share tips and tricks. I've tried, some other people have tried, that are not in like the professional space, just random people. So I do appreciate other people trying. Ooh, that one's close. But yeah, that was like the other thing I was trying to do. Uh-oh. How do I... This one's too close. I'm going to get out. I don't get the controls. Ah, stop. There we go. So, I don't know. That's another thing that the space needs to figure out, is how to be ready for the masses, where if we're gonna I think a lot of people that were, oh, everything has to be Web3, self-ownership, everything decentralized. I think a lot of people have softened, and they appreciate some Web 2 aspects in the mix. For myself, I think it's good to have options. I do like it when platforms can you can keep some of your items under their custody. Maybe you trust their security more until you up your game. I think that makes sense. And then when you become confident enough, maybe not, some people are overconfident, proficient enough, at least having some baseline security knowledge of how to keep your stuff safe, then I think it makes sense to then at least have custody of some of your better items, maybe.
Lives, works, and thrives.
Your Wi-Fi reaches all the way to the house.
Yeah, so I kind of fall in that camp where I'm not, oh, we have to get rid of everything Web 2, or we have to, only be decentralized. Everything is stupid if we're not. I kind of personally fall in somewhere in like a mix, have options for both if possible.
Don't you wish everything was more rewarding? With Rakuten, almost
I feel like my
everything
voice is getting a little tired.
You've been wanting. You can save on the next trip you book.
Oh
You
shit,
can
what's
cash it on
happening here?
groceries. Just join, shop your favorite brands, and save. And when it's time to redeem those rewards,
Okay, well, let's see, what time is it? 11:25.
Express card members can choose to earn
I guess I'll go for another 5 minutes and just stop at 11:30.
Terms and conditions apply. So go ahead.
My time.
Fill a card. Order dessert. Rakuten is a world of rewards. Join today for free. Go to Rakuten.com or get the app. That's Rakuten.
Come on. When they're so close to you, sometimes it's hard to... Sometimes you feel like you're pushing them back and they go forward. There we go. Dang. If you have any questions, suggestions, put them in the comments after the video. Or, I mean, if you're in the chat now, there's only one person. That might just be me. I don't know. If you have time and you're interested, actually look at some of my finished products, my demos on my YouTube channel. They're like 45 seconds to 2 minutes long. They're really short. They're not to me, they're not like the end product of my art. They're just a demo, just to show you like the 3D perspective. So you don't have to download this app. I know everyone doesn't want to do that. So my YouTube is just to kind of like reach more people. But if you have a cool idea, let me know, put it in the comments. If you like what I do, consider subscribing, liking, commenting. That helps grow the channel. I'm just trying to have fun with this new digital art space. I'm not the only one. There's some other good artists. I'm just doing my thing. Yeah, that tone's not matching. I have to change that. This one's shit. Oh shit. Hold on. Scale. So if I scale it down, but I bring it forward, maybe the shadow will be less. Oh man. It's like a puzzle, man. I think all right. Let's see. Might need a good screenshot. Come on. That did not work. Oh, come on. All right. Actually, this doesn't go up, does it? Oh. This actually goes. So his lip needs to go a little more there. Okay, let's do that. Out of the way for now. The shadow is not good. So the lip goes quite further out and the angle is not right. It's more like maybe that. I gotta get the tone right. And then his eyelid is actually more out, or is more out here, huh? Alright, I think I'm gonna call the stream good. I appreciate everyone for helping me test this out. I think I worked on fixing some of the stuff. And yeah, again, if you appreciate this type of art, you want to see more, I appreciate helping me build my channel. So like, comment, subscribe. Thanks.